Share. Obi beka say and this week, action week, Emma oral. Operation Recover All Loot. And that's Operation Recover All Loot, sorry. Oral. Busy week for oral. Now, Chairman, want to be convinced that my man for any renewed hope and your GDB say oral. Ebeye juma. Now, the only say, fly be about one thing, ya oral case for this week, ebe toga, baby ebia kodru. Me the details in April, Deputy Attorney General, Justice Rem Science so Akasa. As oral, Egba Adu-Boahene, Adu-Boahene Hanan, Wahab, any sky train scandal, Abuja a wholesome, they were but no say for Pronam Kwanswa Heba. Abuja, may say, enjoy this episode right here on Sokatoshi. Do channel subscribe. Yeah, bell notification icon over turn it on. Video no drop ya once. Ebeka feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. Over share link no. Na for enya be ashe. Lele Flower Green Clean Solutions Center guzo moto monza fro. Ese anapowe nyumre open cleaning company. Ama mwa besi ya prepare ufi honum office, church, bank, institution. Ama hwaye kama hwaye hwam dia mesro fa medaye. Ibeje dwuma de yo pro ede ama oka krabi ne ebejo. Me pache yo cleaning product kwampa ye ton. Different numbers na be tobi wati. Na betimi dia cleaning washroom no kitchen na hwaye kama. Ye chi kwa ewe just Krana Obaku Masia, just a traffic light, no try up, one said if I so a bruset also want to, I see your pay, one sa because answer Ufi Kumas now cry, Udru a just a traffic light, rather, one sabin Kumoso, a bruset also want to, I see your pay, one sa Ebeka Little Flower Green Clean Solution Center. Vending natural backup saba, two menstrual pains and abdominal pains. As I may say, a man said, yes, he did what dancing, and years old, we FDR proving the match. I want to make content so for numbers no good screens and aquajo vendi natural backups and that's not only menstrual pains and abdominal pains in Tonquanta, mobile pie. Now, overall cases in court this week, July 27, and then July 27 to 31st July 2026. Chairman won't to me, and then we prepare judge, you know. And the question for 20 years. And then Monday, 9 a.m., criminal courts for Republic versus Asamoah and Ano Sky Train case. Motion on notice for abridgment of time. 9:30, specialized court 1, Republic versus Adu-Boahene. 2 hours, cyber security software scandal, cross-examination of fourth prosecution witness. Abusafo, and then the end of court, say, Kwabena Adu-Boahene case ne on by cross-examination involving a fourth prosecution witness, you know. So so ana Sky Train hon sem ebetodwa e court ne 10 a.m. criminal court 4 Republic versus Gifty Ora Mensa NSS scandal ne update betodwa e court cross-examination of third prosecution witness. Ya do cross-examination stage na say case no progress ansa. Tine on by cross-examine third prosecution witness. Gifty Ora Mensa case no. So the general jurisdiction 10 Republic versus Bernard Entribo Siaku aka Chema Woon to me. Way Chema Woon to me and 2 others. Exim Bank loan. Update on plea negotiation. Medika Kachese way Chema Woon to me enter into plea bargain negotiation. And a deputy attorney general Crampo the kind of just say attorney general never rejected plea negotiations. In the update to be free court aba Tuesday. Eda Ochina, there was specialized court 1, Republic versus Hanan Abdul-Wahab, and Ano buffer store case, motion on notice to compel disclosure of certain documents, motion on notice for leave to travel. Abdul-Wahab, let's say, Hanan Wahab, so this week, the whole some ebetoja, ex buffer stock CEO. Now, Echina Kronano, specialized court 1, Republic versus Kwabena Adu-Boahene, and 2 others, cyber security software scandal, cross-examination of fourth prosecution witness. This is a Kwabena Adu-Boahene case, no, fourth prosecution witness, the cross-examination, to also Eda Ochina. Now, remember from court Wednesday, specialized court 1, Republic versus Kwabena Adu-Boahene, cyber security software scandal, cross-examination of fourth prosecution witness, and also Eba to us, and Sana, Hanan, Ebesako court, Jamiadma Wednesday, and also buffer stock, ex buffer stock CEO, no, the whole try and the whole seminar air cosono, Obako court Wednesday. Now, Abusia, Unim say, Thursday, criminal court 4, Asamoah and others, Sky Train scandal, motion on notice for stay of proceedings pending appeal. Now, Thursday, Kronasono, Kwabena Adu-Boahene, court, cyber security software scandal, cross-examination of fourth prosecution witness. Let's just say, this week, Kwabena Adu-Boahene case, no, fourth prosecution witness, obey busy papa, Chale, ye nebe jina adakanim ni atoto na no enye easy kra. And Sunday Friday, Akonta Mine and 3 others, Tano Nemiri Forest Reserve mining case. We and a Kanashigbe and a Martin Pebu a petition. Abusiafo, Chama won't to be case no. Obesa kupim or court this Friday. And Sana later High Court Republic versus Osesibe entry NSS. Papai sika ya legis afanas as the sika kito. No case management conference ebe this week. The update kakra now Attorney General Justice Rem side chale what a shocking deal to the about Orano big cases but henyasem get what a fresh update aba ama ora kotie.
So there are, as you know, there are a number of cases that we are prosecuting now, and a lot more still undergoing investigations. When it comes to, so we have SkyTrain.
Yeah.
SkyTrain, we have closed our case. That's prosecution. We closed our case. The defense, as they are supposed to, the 2 accused persons are supposed to file their witness statements if they wish to. They were supposed to file it. The deadline was yesterday. As of this morning, they have not filed anything. Maybe they will file today. Maybe they won't file anything at all. But we are going back to court tomorrow to conduct case management conference. So when they come to court, they will probably show why they've not filed. That is if they are interested in filing, because you are not, as an accused person, you are not bound to file anything. You can just come to the box and sit down for the judge to make a determination. So we don't know what the reason for not filing is. So that's SkyTrain. We have Hanan, which has been quite dramatic over the week. That's last week and this week, because after the accused person, the first accused person was given a leave to travel, we discovered facts which suggested that he is more of a flight risk at the time of his departure than he was when the judge made a decision to allow him to go. For example, we found out the number of luggages he was carrying with him, everything, the fact that he attempted to also go to the bank and to clean his account.
You're referring to when he was taking the trip to the UK?
Yes, and all that, yeah, and the number of luggages he was carrying out. So we suspected that he constituted more of a flight risk than he was when the judge...
His counsel has said he wasn't trying to empty his bank account. So how did prosecution come to that conclusion?
Naturally, what would you expect the counsel to say? To say that, yes, my client was having to clean his account. We know that he's aware that there's a freezing order on the account. And he took steps to convince the... We don't work at the bank. It was his own bankers who alerted us that, hey, there's something going on here that we don't think is... That is how come we got to know, and that's how come we took the steps. So it wasn't as if we were just nosing around. No, we were sitting and his bankers called us that this is what they believe was going on. And we took the necessary steps.
So he was trying to withdraw from the account or clear the bank account?
Our suspicion, of course, he has not cleared the account. So we can only say that there was an attempt to, because the bank stopped. They did not, comply with his request, and then they called us in. So we can only say that it was an attempt, or we believe that it was an attempt. Not that he cleared it, of course, he didn't clear it.
So subsequently he was arrested as a result of that attempt to travel outside the country and then clear his bank account. Then the matter went to court. And then he was then given, allowed to travel.
The court did not allow him to go. It was simple. The court gave him a timeline to travel. By the time we went back to court, the timeline had lapsed. So that was it. There was no other application to leave, and that was not granted anyway. It wasn't even made in the first place for it to be granted. So that report is completely false.
So it's not true that he went to court after they were asking that you produce him, but you remember that
nobody asked that we produce him. Nobody directed us to produce anyone.
The counsel for Hanan had not gone to court asking that his client...
Yeah, he asked, but we were not asked to produce him. The court said there was no merit, and then it was dismissed.
Right, so that's what I'm referring to, because even before then, the court took a decision on that. I think that he had been released already. And so then they withdrew that.
They withdrew their application the previous day. And then they filed 2 applications. But I mean, the points in summary, there was no order for anyone to produce him because he was already
out.
Yes, he was already out. Yeah.
And so that's the point I'm making.
Oh, you want us to go? I thought we were going to end by saying that there was no need to go into the details. But if you want us to go into the details, we can go. But I don't think that's what you want to use the time for.
No, we are not going into the details. It's just that some issues that have come up in that we want you to address.
Okay, you want us to go into
just like the Hanan issue. I didn't ask you anything about SkyTrain because there haven't been any controversial matters on SkyTrain. But in this particular one, there have been a couple of controversial issues, including what we were just talking about.
Yes, and I'm saying that, you want me to give you the details of what happened, or you want us to just, because I didn't think it was a major issue. You wanted to know the status of the case.
Oh.
But if you want us to do a detailed, I don't know how much time you have, but I can.
Whatever details you can share with us, we'll take.
I don't think it will be a good use of your time because it didn't affect anything. What is happening now is that we are yet to start.
But I know you say it didn't affect anything, but then the story is being couched to impact the use of the Attorney General's powers in this case. If you have paid attention to the commentary
from January 2025. We have not, every person that we have arrested, the same allegation is made that we are using state power. So perhaps if we want to follow that narrative, then we don't even have to invite anyone, we don't have to arrest anyone, we just have to let anyone that we suspect of committing a crime to be working. That's why I said that when you follow the minority and the MPP and the narrative, and you run it through the facts, you will see that basically what they are saying is that never invite anybody, never arrest anybody, allow everybody to be working and do whatever they like, because not even one person have you arrested that they didn't make the same allegation. So I don't think that Ghanaians, that fact is lost on Ghanaians, that it is the natural response that they have to everything. They will say you are using state power to arrest enemies. They will say you are using the courts to jail enemies, persecution, political, the same thing in respect of everything. Even when the person said, I am pleading, I want to do plea bargain, they will still say that you are using the state. So the person you are fighting for said, I want to do plea bargain. Of course, that's not to say that plea bargain means that you are guilty, but if you know you are not, why are you going to? So the point I'm trying to make is that we cannot base our national life entirely on the narrative that we are using the state power to. We've had kind of Kenoforiata issue that we are dealing with. We've had Sedina issue. So you will be an irresponsible Attorney General when there's a bank calls you, gives you information, you did your check, and then you say because of what people will say that you are using state power, so you allow the person to go, and when the person goes and doesn't come back, you think the Ghanaians who gave you power, who gave you a mandate to govern this country, will be happy that because of your fear that they will say you are using the power that you have been given legitimately, you have allowed someone to travel out of the country who cannot come back or who will not come back, and you use Ghanaian taxpayers' money to now be engaged in foreign countries and to get extradition. Of what wisdom would you be boasting of as an Attorney General or any government official if this is what you are doing? So
the state had reasonable, not
suspicions,
but you had reasonable suspicion.
Yes,
that Hanan was traveling not to go and see his ophthalmologist, but to escape justice.
It could be that he will see his ophthalmologist, but the core issue is not whether he will see him or not. The core issue is, we call it flight risk.
Okay.
What is the level of risk? So we do analysis. This person, is it likely to come back? You know, a lot of Ghanaians or some Ghanaians are familiar with visa. When you are going for visa, they will say this person is not likely to come back. It is not. It may be true that he will go and come back, but they are just saying that when we look at all these factors, you fall within a category of persons who, when they travel, are not likely to come back. That's what the visa people use. So there's a whole analysis that.
So was he already on a no-flight list.
Yes, he was on the stop list.
He was.
So what the court did when they applied to go to do the medical, we considered the court considered and said he can go. Then after he was given the leave, then he now decided to do these things that I mentioned, which made him, in our view, a more likely person not to return than he was when the court made a decision. And that is a normal thing. If the court grants you bail, okay, it grants you bail right now, go and come to court, and you go and commit another offense, or you go out there and you are going to interfere with evidence, the court will revoke the bail and put you. So it is a normal, it's not anything new, it is the normal thing that the courts, that happens in the courts.
Let's move away from that, because there are other oral cases that you've been looking at.
Yeah, so then after that, there's Adu-Boahene. Adu-Boahene, our fourth witness, is in the box, and we hope that by this week or next week, it would have been discharged. When that happens, then when it's discharged, it means that we have closed our case, and then the accused person will finally be given the opportunity to come and mount his defense, because over the period, at least we can identify about 3 or 4 defenses that he has been trying to put across, which makes the whole case quite interesting, because at the point we believe they were saying that they actually bought the equipment and that the equipment is there. Then at the point they seem to be saying that the money was a loan that the accused person gave and that he was taking it back. At a point, he even published a list of politicians that he said he gave the money to help in their campaign. And then at a point, they said it was so, and all these explanations are contradictory. If the money was used to buy the equipment, then it cannot be the money that you used to sponsor the politicians. Then it cannot be loan that you were taking back from the company. Then, so I find it fascinating that this is the kind of explanation that I've been given so far at the first half of the case. Recently, there was an issue also of they made a request for disclosures on the source of money in the government bank accounts. And then we said we do not have any information about the source of the money before it came to the government bank account. And there was this whole issue about, if you don't know about the source, then you cannot know what it is. And I find it quite interesting, fascinating, because any money in any government bank account is for the government. And if you are prosecuting someone from stealing government money, you don't need to go and find out whether the money came from taxes or from foreign loans or from the sale of natural resources, or however the money came into a government bank account. It's of no moment. Once the money enters the government account, it is government money. And to take it out, you need to follow certain procedures. It is the lack of that procedure which is constituting the stealing. The accused person took money from government accounts, okay, and put it in a private account, and immediately within 6 months spent it on specific things. We have put all that evidence before the court, right? So I, in my mind, have no doubts whatsoever that these things, it's not a very complicated issue. You asking us how the money came to be government money is of no moment to the issue. If you are in secondary school and you overpay your fees, do you say because you overpaid your fees, you go and take you go to the business office and you take money and put it in your pocket and say because I overpaid my fees? Right. You have to follow procedure to get a refund. So no matter how you think the money entered the account, once it's in the account, it's government money. And unless you follow that procedure to collect the money back, there's no basis for what we are saying. But again, I have observed that when you are prosecuting, and this is my first time being a prosecutor, so when you're prosecuting, especially in these highly sensitive cases, there are people who constitute themselves into departments of misinformation. They try to do everything to make sure that either they put the judge into disrepute, or they put the lawyers into disrepute, or they put the facts into disrepute, so as to blind the public and create a certain narrative. But we are very focused we have done our investigations, we have our facts which we have put before the court, and we will not allow any department of misinformation or disinformation to confuse us or the court.
Very well. How many of the oral cases are we prosecuting now in total?
I think we have I think we are between 5 and 10 now.
5 and 10.
Advanced stages.
At varied stages.
Yeah.
Of prosecution.
Advanced stages of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very well. And how many in total are in your report?
When we analyzed the report, I think we had about 30 cases that we thought
were prosecutable.
Yeah,
so we are looking at like a third of them being prosecuted now.
Yeah, we have other dockets already, but we are going to start with them either during the vacation, the legal vacation. We are going to start new cases. Yeah.
Which brings me to the question on what we should.
You know what we have done. Okay. We are going to continue prosecuting. As far as the oral is concerned, we are going to do it.
Any big case coming up?
Oh, let me just hold on to that.
Why?
There will be other cases. When we're working, we don't actually focus on which one is big or which one is that. We focus on which one is prosecutable. But I can tell you, there will be some interesting cases coming soon.
I see.
Yeah.
Let's look at
Attorney General Justice Rem sign up for Morton and Radio on Sokatwa show. Medical catcher say it looks like there's renewed hope. Ese oral will be from about after such a wound to me conviction ebe to Biano. Unse and in print Ghana for team move one some more can say, oh, where the politics and see baby, oh, where the rain and a but for the first time in a long while, yeah, the politician are question fiase because of some illegalities be any amount of what they about to say operation recover all loot no. Over no, be Charlie, be me free more abba. And I'm glad to say Uti Deputy Attorney General Justice Rem say, what do you make of this video? Me patrol leave a comment in the comment section. Or share link around for and be a share. More so for Steve Zandoni. Me send him a dish. Bye bye.